Hello everyone, welcome to our webinar. We are going to wait 1 minute to allow everyone to join in. Hello again, welcome to our new webinar, The Logistics Green Challenge, how to make transportation more sustainable with optimization. I'm Maddalena Moretti, Marketing Communication Specialist at Rulex. For those of you that are new to Rulex, we are a tech firm specialized in data-driven decision-making, and we have been working with Fortune 50 and Fortune 500 companies for many years. Today, here with me, there is Matteo Carloni, sales manager and one of our main experts in supply chain optimization.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Maddalena.
Okay, let's get started. Everyone in this virtual room is sensitive to the theme of sustainability. But let me start with a question, perhaps a bit rhetorical, to align us all. Why is carbon neutrality important for modern companies, apart from being good for the planet? First, as we all know, the EU has set the ambitious goal to reach zero emission by 2050. And although still far away in time, many companies have started adopting green practices, changing their policies and their processes. Second, becoming green means improving company reputation, both externally to the eye of the customer, the stakeholder, and internally to the eye of their employees. Finally, he also foresees future green regulation. For logistics, adopting green practices mean adding a new big challenge to the already long list of struggles that more than other sector, logistics is facing. Some of the most recent issues that European supply chain have been dealing with are lack of raw materials and components, reduction of air freight, driver shortage, rise in fuel prices, rise in energy cost. Many of these problems are linked to one another. Among the main destabilizing causes are for sure the COVID-19 pandemic and the war in Ukraine. Disruption have become the new normal for modern supply chain, and unfortunately, they don't seem likely to decrease within the end of the year. At the moment, disruptions are actually increasing compared to last year, which was already a challenging one because of the COVID-19 pandemic. More than before, it becomes necessary to find solutions that can prevent and mitigate the impact of disruptions. And so to look for solutions that allow supply chain to have a better visibility and control over the planning, and that at the same time are flexible enough to manage the unexpected. And of course, we want these solutions to be sustainable for companies, both in ecological and in economic terms. Today, we would like to introduce you to a solution that does all of that for the specific area of logistic transportation. Meet Rulex Axellerate. Rulex Axellerate is an advanced solution that optimizes supply chain planning with the possibility to reduce both transportation costs and carbon emissions. And it does that while respecting all the constraints that are necessary to maintain high service levels. But how does Rulex Axellerate differ from the other tool currently on the market? To answer this question and to see in more technical detail how Rulex Axellerate works, I'll leave the floor to my colleague, Matteo Carloni.
Thanks, Maddalena. So, standard approaches to transport optimization are iterative. If, for example, you want to plan 30 days of shipments, first you plan day 1 schedule, then based on day 1, you plan day 2 schedule, and then day 3, and so on. The schedule of each day is strictly linked to the previous ones, which means that when an unexpected event occurs, on day 2, for instance, and the shipping is no longer possible to be carried out on that day, it will be added to day 3 schedule, and so on. The delayed shipments are called backlog, which affects the day after schedule, compromising the quality of the initial ideal transport planning, resulting in penalties, delays, unsatisfied clients, and so on. Whereas Rulex Axellerate can engage with the entire planning all in one go. Considering all constraints, Rulex Axellerate computes those 30 days of schedules all at once, with considerable advantages in terms of accuracy and precision. So if something changes on day 2, you can just insert the changes into the system, compute, and you will have a new updated schedule for that day and for the following ones. The new schedule will be the best possible, as the optimization will take into consideration all the changes related to unexpected events that occur day by day. Now, let's break down Rulex Axellerate's unique features. First, it makes long-term planning a child's play by considering all days of schedules at once. In the example, we consider a month's time, so 30 days, but Rulex Axellerate can actually schedule up to 90 days in one go. Second, thanks to its incredibly fast computation times, new updated schedules can be created daily or even hourly to factor in the new orders and disruptions. Third, Rulex Axellerate doesn't only optimize schedules, but make them customizable. Optionality, not only optimality, is our motto, as supply chain managers can choose among different options divided per cost, speed, flexibility, and sustainability, which will help them make quicker decisions every time new orders come in, changing the previous scheduling. As you can see, the ecological and economic benefits go hand in hand. By using Rulex Axellerate, logistics experts can manage modes of transport more efficiently, improving the combination of trucks, trains, vessels in moving cargo reduces both costs and CO2 emissions, guaranteeing high service levels necessary to avoid delay and penalties and to maintain good brand reputation among clients and stakeholders. To Rulex Axellerate's ecological and economic benefits, we should also add some social benefits for the people that work in the sector. In fact, to have less trucks on the road reduces traffic and so the chances of car accidents, improving drivers' safety and in general making driving less stressful. Going back to when we began, we can say that using Rulex Axellerate can really represent for logistics a first step toward the EU's goal for 2050, that is carbon neutrality. Of course, there are many other steps necessary to get to that result. For example, we can try to make our vehicle fleet less polluting. We can act on the demand, making our clients accept less tight delivery times. But surely, the optimization of transports is one of the easier and faster solutions to cut costs and reducing CO2 emissions, without having to rely on external factors. For a company that moves goods among countries, zero emissions are quite a challenge. That is why carbon neutrality programs are normally involve forms of compensations like contributing to forest plantation in abandoned fields or helping local communities preserve their green areas. Today, we focused on transport optimization, but Rulex offers a wide range of solutions for the world of supply chain in general, from data preparation to data quality, from demand forecasting to replenishment. For example, in some previous webinars, we spoke about Rulex RDC, our solution for enhancing the quality of master data. If anybody is interested specifically in this topic, you can find those webinars on our YouTube channel. That is all for today. If you have any questions about Rulex Axellerate, you can write us an email at the email addresses you can see in the slide or drop me a message on LinkedIn. Thank you again for your interest and participation. We look forward to our next webinars on supply chain optimization. Bye.
Bye.